Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Tuesday. My name is Brian Mursky, and I am the owner of Veranda Technologies. We're here in Brick Township, and we service Monmouth, Ocean, and the surrounding counties. So, December 14th, it's coming up quickly, and it is a big day for the Internet and the future of the Internet, quite frankly. The FCC will vote on whether to adopt new guidelines regarding net neutrality. The heart of the debate is, this time around, is whether to classify your broadband internet, your Comcast, Verizon, Time Warner, Cox service, as a Title I information service or a Title II carrier service. Title I and Title II are sections of the Communications Act that was adopted in 1934. I will not bore you with the details, some of which I know, many of which I don't. It's a 500-page document. The new provisions are a 500-page document outlining the changes that they're looking to make. But that's the short version of it, is whether or not to classify your internet service as an information service or a common carrier service. If we eliminate net neutrality, which looks like it will happen on December 14th, what that means is it gives ISPs, Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, Time Warner, Cox, Cablevision, all of those companies, although there are only a handful of them, there's 8 to 10 that dominate the U.S., Comcast, Verizon, and AT&T being the big three. We give those companies who have an overwhelming monopoly on internet as it is, and in most areas where people live can only choose between one or two of those, giving them the opportunity now to again treat internet traffic unfairly or differently from other internet traffic. So net neutrality was adopted by the Obama administration, and we will try to leave politics out of this as we do in many of our videos, but in terms of just discussing where it came from, it's a fact. It was under the Obama administration. And what it said was that all traffic has to be treated equally. And there were good reasons for that. As much as the people that are looking to repeal it now say, but we never had a problem, this wasn't an issue in the past, it's not true. We actually have many, many examples of traffic being treated unfairly. In 2007, there was it was months of speculation that Comcast was blocking or delaying or slowing down traffic from BitTorrent, which is a streaming service, and there was an Associated Press investigative report that found it to be true. We've also seen AT&T in the past limit the use of FaceTime on the cell phones when they first came out, in an effort to incentivize their more expensive data plans. So basically, you could use FaceTime. FaceTime would work better, faster if you were on one of their higher-priced data plans. So they were excluding that traffic from the lower-priced data plans. AT&T once blocked a Pearl Jam stream, and it was because Eddie Vedder criticized President Bush, and AT&T didn't like that President Bush was criticized, presumably, so they blocked the Pearl Jam concert. TELUS, which is a Canadian telecom company in the past, had blocked the website of a union that they were having some trouble with. So it happens. The list goes on. Excuse me. It has happened in the past. There are countless times when traffic was throttled or blocked or limited because a company didn't like what it was that was being done. Netflix is a perfect example, and they're at the forefront of what's going on now. The ISPs won't say that that's true, but the mere fact is cable companies like Comcast, Verizon, and AT&T have tried their hand at streaming content, creating shows and they've failed miserably. And we've seen Netflix and Hulu and services like that on the rise. I believe actually Comcast owns a portion of Hulu, but they want to prevent companies like Netflix from dominating or taking service away from them. So what's going to happen if net neutrality is repealed, and again it looks like it will be set in motion on the 14th of December, companies like Comcast and AT&T and Verizon will now be able to censor the internet, basically. If they don't like content that's being downloaded, or if that content is too rich, too demanding they can use the argument that Netflix is video, right? So if you want to get Netflix, you have to be in a higher tiered package. That's one example of what could happen. They could say, we're going to have these 4 tiers, and if you want these services, Hulu, Netflix, Facebook, they could throw in there. They could put that in the 2nd or 3rd tier up. Say you're not going to get access to Facebook if you're not in the bottom tier. It will absolutely result in higher price long-term for consumers. It will also stifle creativity, and in many cases, the little guy. It's certainly going to hurt some of the big players and cost them more, because let's say Comcast tries to get more out of me and you, right? You watching this with your home or business internet. If you want to be able to get to YouTube and you want to be able to get to, these specific services, right? Wikipedia, whatever they deem popular and demanding, they can charge us. But they can also go back to those companies and say to Netflix, look, we're going to throttle your traffic. We're going to slow you down unless you pay some sort of extortion fee, basically. So it can happen because the rules for net neutrality are going to be removed, making it legal and possible for that to happen, as it has in the past. And it will happen because we know what ISPs are capable of. We know what they've done in the past. We have history to back it up. There is no reason to believe that it won't happen again because they'll be allowed to do it. So, watching very closely. Ask that everybody call. We're going to put some phone numbers and addresses in this link. Please click, call, make your voice heard. Let your elected representatives know that you are against this, that you believe all sites, all traffic, you should be able to download whatever you want to download, whether that's, music, videos, pornography, whatever it is that you want to be able to download and watch and do. You should be able to email anybody that you want and not have that limited because they're in a particular country, for example. It's another example of something that can be affected by this. If Comcast decides they don't want you communicating with people in a particular country, they can prevent you from communicating with those people. Or at least they will be able to after the FCC rolls back the net neutrality regulations on December 14th. So we will be watching closely. If anybody has any specific questions, just wants to chat about it, learn more about it, whatever, reach out to us. You can always call me directly. My cell number is 732-743-5772. My email is Brian, Brian, at verandatech.com, or you could use helpdesk at verandatech.com. You can find us online, facebook.com/verandatech, or www.verandatech.com. If you have a topic that you'd like reviewed on a Tech Talk Tuesday, please reach out to us and let us know. Otherwise, have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you next time on Tech Talk Tuesday.